Hi, everyone. Welcome to Green Adventuring Tarot, and I'm Gigi. I'm happy you're here. These are general readings, and if it resonates, it's meant for you. And please like and subscribe, it helps a lot. All right, we're continuing our Pick a Card series, and today is the Lost Earring edition. So I'm going to use my lost earrings to help us find your lost item. All right, we have 3 piles. We have this beautiful turquoise earring that I have loved and adored for many, many years. I bought in Arizona and I just love it and I can't part with it even though I only have one. And then we have pile number 2, which is the freshwater pearl earring. Again, absolutely love it. And I've had one for many, many years. And then finally, we have pile number 3, which is the garnet earring. All right. And we will have timestamps below. And this will help you find your lost item. All right. Again, pile number 1 is the turquoise earring. Pile number 2 is the freshwater pearl earring. And pile number 3 is the garnet earring. And the question is, where is my lost item? All right. Okay, if you picked pile number 1, which is turquoise earring, let's get started. All right. Okay, and the question is, where is my lost item? Well, here we have a spirit guide card that is change and higher self, okay? And then we have the otter card, which is playfulness. And then we have the Queen of Swords right here. And also we have a beautiful oracle card here called the Swan Queen, which symbolizes transformation, intuition, and patience. So my first thought with the change card is it looks like something has got to be moved or changed to find this item. And this could be something that you've been wanting to move and find the item under it or behind it or near it. If you move that thing or change your perspective on where it might be, that's a big clue. But something needs to be changed or shifted. And the symbolism here, we have a person with a butterfly wing, like in a chrysalis here. So it has something to do with transformation and change. So it could be an area where things change often, and you could look in that area as well. But I have a feeling with this image and this symbolism, it has to do with some sort of transformation or change. So I would indeed look in an area that you are pretty sure it might be, but you've been reluctant to move something. I have a feeling that if you shift and change, that may really help. All right. And also, this card is a 13, if that gives you any clues. Okay. And then also with this otter and this playfulness, the otter is very sort of childlike imagery and very fun. And they like to swirl and twirl around and swim and flip. And he's playing a little flute. So if that gives you any clues, and he's wearing this adorable little crown, so maybe it was an area where a young child was playing, or someone was playing an instrument, or someone was moving, or a combination of dancing and playing, and it feels very young, like a young energy. That might be part of the clue too. You could look in the child's play area, where there's little flutes and crowns and stuffed animals. That is another good clue. That may really help. And this card number is 23, if that helps at all. Okay. And then also with this Queen of Swords energy, what I get from this is you really have to have clear communication. So you may need to bring people aboard on finding this. The Queen is all about making great decisions and being a clear leader and being a clear decider with things. So I really think you need to take the lead on this to manifest this change in order to find this item. Okay? And then finally, we have another queen card. This is the Swan Queen. And this symbolizes transformation, intuition, and patience. And it's also a 13, which is really interesting. And then in the tarot, if the queen had a number, it would be the number 13. So you have 13 three times here, okay, with this card, and this card. So that's really interesting. Something about the number 13. Or you could add those together and it could be the number 4. So let that be big clues for you with finding this item. And this card is asking you to not only change and transform, but also listen to your intuition and have patience. And this may be a tough thing to move these items or shift something around. It could be in a box that needs to be shifted that hasn't been moved in a long time, but have patience with yourself as well and really take the lead and be the queen in finding this item. And also, another thing that's very interesting about the queen energy and this sort of crown and playful energy is this could be an area where there was a tiara, a child's toy that had a crown. There's something about queen energy. I really feel that. And then also, I find that there's this beautiful mirror image here. So maybe looking in the mirror and looking at the room or the rooms or the area in a different perspective. Maybe look at it from a child's point of view and see if that has some clues, or a child that liked to play queen. That might be a good clue. But either way, the number 13, changing something, really sort of thinking about where people were playing and tumbling or playing instruments, and also being very clear on this decision and making sure, maybe going back and talking to someone and being very clear. Maybe they didn't understand the question, and so the item was just, you looked in just the slightly different place. Maybe go back and ask more pointed questions that lead you to that item. All right. And don't forget, you have amazing intuition, and visualize finding this item, and you will find it. All right, my dear? Okay. Thank you for picking pile number 1, which is turquoise earring. All right, if you picked pile 2, which is freshwater pearl, let's get started. Okay, all right. So the first card is an 11 card, and it's decisions. And it's a spirit guide card about tapping into your higher self and learning how to make very clear and decisive decisions when you feel overwhelmed. And the second card here is the turtle card, and that is a number 10 card, and the message is pace over race. So taking your time and really taking a deep breath and deciding where this item is would be very helpful. And then this third card is the Knight of Pentacles. And the Knight of Pentacles is an action card, but it's very careful and very methodical in its movement, similar to the turtle, all right? So the Knight of Wands does go forward, but they're very careful and conscious as they move forward, all right? And then here we have a 38 card, which is called the Keeper of Scales, Fairness and Balance. And the image here has a woman carrying the scales on either arm. All right. So what I'm thinking with this lost item is that it's very overwhelming for you and you're trying to make a decision as to where it might be. And it's interesting. I would say go nice and slow, make a list, or bring other people in that are willing to go in action mode with you and take it nice and patiently to find this item. And also, I think with this turtle card, this is kind of interesting. Maybe it's saying to you, before you went very quickly to find the item, now it's time to go nice and slow, take a deep breath, and take your time, very, room by room, area by area, grid by grid if it's outside, all right? And I would definitely have someone on your team that is action based, that really likes to move things forward and is very thorough and very careful. So if you do have people help you, make sure it's someone that you really trust, that you want to go nice and slow and really take their time, but also see things from a broad perspective, like this person on horseback, really looking at the big picture. All right. And I think that will help you with not feeling so overwhelmed. Okay. And then over here with the keeper of scales, fairness and balance. So again, this could be somewhere in your house where you have measuring cups, you have a scale, you have something, it could be in the restroom or the pantry or the back door area where you keep a body scale, what is that called? The scale that you stand on for weight. Could be a clue. Maybe move that around or the whole area around and be very balanced. So if you look in that room, make sure to look very carefully in another room or another area. But this balance is your clue, okay? Let's see what else. Oh, also, if you're feeling overwhelmed, one of the things you can do is visualize finding this item and visualize feeling very happy and satisfied, and the overwhelm has escaped you. And that may help you really go deep and help yourself have tap into your higher self in finding this item. Okay, I hope this gave you some great clues as to finding this item. I really get this sort of weighing energy, the scale energy. So whatever that is in your house, it could even be a figurine, something like that. See where that figurine is pointing, and that may help you as well. And take your time. The turtle energy is really with you, and the Knight of Pentacles. They really want you to slow down and go at a nice pace to find this item. All right. And thank you for picking pile 2, which is freshwater pearl. Okay, if you picked pile 3, which is garnet earring, let's get started. All right. Okay. Let's see. So the first card is a 14, and it's leadership and higher self. And this is a spirit guide card, okay? And the second card is polar bear, and it's also a 14, which is powerful allies. All right? And then the third card is the empress. All right? And the fourth card is the river queen, flow, letting go, and natural environment. All right, so these are some good clues. So first and foremost, with this leadership card, the spirit guides are really asking you with this 14 card, they really want you to take the lead on this. They believe that you will be the best leader in finding this. And you may need to have people help you, but you should definitely take the lead and keep an eye on everything, because there might be something that you'll see that your helpers may not notice, okay? So leadership is really important. And I like the way she's pointing upward. So that has a clue too. Maybe, and there's a crescent moon here. So I have a feeling that maybe look for an object that's pointing, that looks a lot like this object, maybe in your home or someone else's home or a work environment where there's something pointing, and I would go in that direction. All right. And then also with this beautiful polar bear, powerful allies card, what I like about this is it's really asking you to bring other people in. And it could also mean that it's also a 14. So I'm getting two 14s here. So this is something we really want to check into here. I feel like with this polar bear energy, this is probably most likely sort of asking you to really tune in to a playful energy, part of the house or somewhere where people were playing and having a good time. And maybe they were helping each other with something, powerful allies. So that is a good clue as to where this item might be. And also, as you being the leader of finding this item, you may need to pull in powerful allies that are really going to be part of helping you find it, and not doing it halfway, but doing it all the way and really helping you, okay? Having almost that lovely bear energy of really helping you and hugging you and really being part of this, finding this item. And then with the Empress card, it feels like there is a mother energy attached to this. So look in a mother's room, look in an energy areas where the mother had items that maybe you own, something about mother energy. That will be very helpful and a big clue. And that's also a 3 card if that helps at all. All right. And think of, this person was very feminine, feminine energy with this beautiful robe and the beautiful, look at the imagery. So somebody who looks or feels like this energy, check in their space. You could have indeed, look under this giant pillow and this beautiful red chair. Look underneath pillows and chairs, anywhere that she really loved, under jewelry and gowns. Look in those areas. That may be a big clue as to where to find this lost item. And then finally, we have the queen, the river queen energy. And this says flow, letting go, and natural environment. And she's like this gorgeous sort of, she looks kind of like a mermaid with this beautiful shell hat here. So that's another clue. You could look in an area where water is flowing, could be an outside area or inside the house where there are spigots and faucets. And someone, maybe I really get this mom energy, somewhere where the mom spent a lot of time, or a mother figure, feminine energy, spent a lot of time. And also everybody here is sort of pointing upward. He's sort of pointing up, she's pointing up, she's pointing up, and she's arching her back upward. So it has something to do with going up, I believe. Yes. The cushions and the pillows, maybe it was up and then it fell down onto something. We have that squishy polar bear energy. But it looks like those could be really valuable clues, okay, with pile number 3. But definitely take the leadership role and make sure to have powerful allies and childhood energy where they were helping each other, the children, maybe helping each other in a game, and maybe something fell into grass, or what is that word? Um, Sandbox, something like that. That could be it. But I have a feeling the mother energy is really strong on this, with the pillows and the softness and pointing upward. So something has to do with that. All right. Okay. I hope one of those things was very helpful for you finding your lost item. And that was pile number 3, which is garnet earring. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me for the Pick a Card series, the Lost Earring edition. Please drop a comment below and let me know if you found your item. I'd really like to know that. I'm wishing you all the best, and I'm sending you lots of good energy so you find your lost item. All the best. Thank you.